Welcome to SOS Media, your number one source of the latest news, opinions, and in-depth investigations that dig deeper into today's developing stories around the globe. Torrance Ivy Hatch Jr., well known by his stage name Boosie Badass or simply Boosie, is an American rapper who began the rap music business in the 1990s as a member of the hip-hop collective Concentration Camp and eventually embarking on a solo career in the year 2000. In 2009, Hatch was sentenced to 4 years in prison on drug and gun charges. In 2010 he was indicted on first-degree murder and was also sentenced to 10 years on multiple charges of drug possession with intent of distribution. In 2012 he was found not guilty of murder. After serving 5 years in prison for drug charges, Boosie was released early on March 5, 2014 but was again arrested recently by federal agents on Wednesday, June 14, 2023. After attending a court hearing in San Diego, California for his gun case in the city, which has since been dismissed. Boosie was reportedly in town filming a music video with local rapper Bully 3 and had been scheduled for a show at the Phantom Lounge near downtown San Diego Saturday night, but he was arrested after a traffic stop on Market Street about 5 miles from the music venue in the Cholas View area, and handcuffed after police officers discovered 2 loaded handguns concealed in his vehicle. According to the San Diego District Attorney's Office, the state case against Boosie was dismissed in Department 1101 before Judge Devaney. Directly after the dismissal, Boosie was taken into custody by federal agents. He was facing a charge of being a felon in possession of a loaded firearm inside the vehicle, to which he pleaded not guilty on Monday, May 15. We should also remember to consider the fact that the feds don't have cash bond but only the judge bond. A spokesperson with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives says Boosie was arrested on a federal violation and the complaint is sealed. It is expected to be unsealed Thursday along with his first appearance in court, and probably that is when we shall be able to get his information from the docket. Deputy District Attorney Matthew Carberry said Boosie has prior felony convictions in Louisiana for possession with the intent to distribute narcotics, bringing narcotics into a penal institution, and inciting felony action. After the unexpected arrest, Boosie shared a post on social media. "I want to take this time to apologize to my kids. I'm sorry and I love you all forever," he tweeted. On Thursday, June 15, Boosie shared a post on Instagram revealing to all those that could be interested that his white Rolls-Royce Cullinan is up for sale. "We now surely know that Boosie had scheduled some shows over the week, but certainly these will have to be cancelled. He will therefore need insurance to cover the missed shows, though this also depends on the insurance policy he is holding." Borrowing a leaf from musician Tony Braxton, missing shows means he is faced with the obligation of returning all the money, and this can itself lead one into bankruptcy. We also know that the Armed Career Criminal Act of 1984 imposes a minimum sentence of 15 years in prison for anyone with at least 3 previous violent felony or serious drug offense convictions who illegally possesses a firearm. Like other 3 strikes laws, this statute was designed to deter and punish recidivism. Unfortunately, this law, which has been controversial ever since its passage, if plainly applied and convincing evidence is ascertained, might catch up with Boosie because he has a history of the 3 qualifying previous offenses. I however believe that his defense team will find a way of maneuvering around this. I know that we are still just guessing the exact charges for his arrest because they haven't been clarified yet, but all we know is that the feds can hold you a while before actually filing charges against you, just like they did to R. Kelly. A lot of people via social media have been fast to blame Boosie for facilitating his own arrest by talking and exposing himself too much about his criminal allegations with Vlad. The basic conclusion everyone is coming up with today regarding Boosie's revelations is that Vlad helped the feds build the case. In addition, a lot more believe that Boosie got too loose with his talk on the Math Hoffa podcast. Surely if you skip to 9 minutes into that conversation, you will hear him explain how his weed carriers will take gun charges for him, which is a replica to what happened in California. While we still have doubts as to whether the feds would arrest him on that, it does sound like clear evidence in a court of law. For sure, this should indeed be a lesson to the young folks that no matter how much money one has, it's very important to respect the feds. Some schools of thought have contemplated on an unverified narrative that Boosie was planning to sell off his properties with a hidden plan of leaving the United States to evade any further arrests. These rumors were amplified when Boosie recently posted his Rolls-Royce on Instagram soliciting for potential buyers. MC Ken Cornell says he has been trying to sell his cars months ago. It is also becoming a big observation sparking concern around the United States community as to why people who come out to openly support R. Kelly end up in the hands of the feds. The prosecutors insisted Boosie was a risk to the community despite his defense arguing that he has previously complied with all court bail conditions, and fronting this argument as an assurance for keeping any other bail terms. The judge however ruled that out, ultimately denying Boosie bail. In California, Boosie can't get probation because he is a felony and by law supposed to do 5 to 10 years and must serve not less than 85% of the time. To us analysts, we find Boosie's predicament a bit confusing given the fact that it is deviating from the known common norm of the business. We have literally observed the fact that the state normally arrests and then investigates while the feds investigate and then arrest. We are also possibly right to speculate that the state dropped the case well knowing that the feds were taking it over. Boosie suffers from insulin-dependent diabetes, one he was diagnosed with in his childhood days and thus needs medical care and monitoring on a daily basis. We have learnt a lot from the R. Kelly situation that the Bureau of Prisons, though it so much promises a lot in terms of providing health care to inmates, actually still has a lot to be desired. Fortunately, during his initial arrest, Boosie pleaded with the cop to help him access his insulin from the vehicle because his sugars were running pretty low. "This wonderful cop saved my life," Boosie appreciated. We cannot leave today's opinions without acknowledging the fact that a number of people think that Boosie shouldn't at that particular time have made any plans that would necessitate him crossing state lines. He traveled from Atlanta to California and that is crossing state lines. Probably, that is why the feds picked up the case from the state. We cannot also blame Vlad entirely as a contributor to Boosie's current legal woes because we have noticed Vlad in several interviews, advising and encouraging celebs, especially the young ones, to at least hire ex-cops for their security instead of carrying guns. Generally, the definite circumstances that led up to Boosie's latest arrest have not yet been revealed. But we definitely know that he had been dealing with a handful of run-ins with the legal system over the past year, including being booked and held in San Diego County Jail on 4 charges of possession of a firearm, concealed carrying of a weapon in a vehicle, possession of ammunition by a prohibited person and unlisted owner of a registered firearm. Thank you for watching today's video brought to you by SOS Media. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our videos. Also remember to leave your comment about today's topic in the comment section below.